from my side and let me share the screen. Okay, fine. Once meeting is completed, guys, can you see this one? 1 minute, please. Anil, you can record. Okay, give you the recording permissions. Can you see this converting? Can anyone see this one? Converting
Yes,
the
sir.
file, right?
Yes,
So
sir, we
this,
are seeing, sir.
yeah, this is how the files are going to be converted after the meeting is completed. This is how you can see file conversion will be done. Once conversion is successfully completed, 100% if it is completed, then okay, automatically it will open one folder. Okay, now you can see by default it will open one folder now automatically. Wait a minute, okay, I'll show you. Right, now you can see, right, the folder is opened automatically, and you can see zoom_0 is your actual recording file. Okay, zoom_0 is your actual recording file. You can see audio, video in this file, right? If you are like recording one more folder after 40 minutes, again one more folder is going to create like this after conversion. Again, you can see zoom_0. And if you want recordings, collect all those recordings and you can rename, okay, what are the topics we discussed in that recording, so that it will be helpful for you. I am going to upload in the form of class 1, class 2, class 3 in the YouTube. Again, not all the classes I am going to upload, only few classes like 30% of the course I'll upload. Okay, remaining I'm going to send it to you directly, okay, to your mail inbox. Right. So every time just collect all the videos, keep it in a separate folder so that and rename it as per the topic, so that it will be easy to understand and you can easily browse the topics and all. This is Shivaji. Shivaji, I guess you have permissions. You can record, Shivaji. Yeah, fine. Okay. Right. So this is how the folder will open automatically. And if you want to select this path like this, Control C, Windows R, Notepad, just paste it somewhere. You can use this in case if you miss the path and all, you can just copy paste the path like this, and you can use this path. Okay, you can save this path. Or else, and let me open one more interface. Can you see this, guys? Can you see this one?
Yes.
What you can see?
Link which you have typed on
Okay,
notepad.
so you cannot see this window, I guess. This window is your Zoom window where you can see all the meetings. You can see all other meeting side is also 33145102678. Can you see this interface? I guess you cannot see. Okay, no problem. Okay, so not an issue. If you want to change the recording path, you have to create a login in the Zoom account. It don't ask more details, just an email ID, name and password. Once you created the account in the Zoom, then you can, in case sometimes the recording conversion and all will be failed. Okay, what you have to do is, right, let me take the screenshot. Okay, let me take the screenshot so that you can see that one. Snipping tool and new. Guys, can you see now?
Yes.
Right, so this
Sir.
is how other, yeah, this is how other meetings and all, other meeting IDs, these are the other meeting IDs. And here it will be, these are the controls. You can see home control, chart, meetings, contacts. Okay, if you go to recorded, okay, if you go to recorded option, upcoming and recorded, two options will be there. If you go to recorded option, let me ping you one more. Okay, let me cancel this one, recorded. Okay, done. Okay, so let me again open this snipping tool. Right, now you can see, right, recorded, which one is highlighted.
Yes.
Yeah, so it will be like this: Shanmukhe personal meeting today at 7:10. This is the first meeting. Okay, and you can see as it was converted, you cannot see any convert option here. Okay, you cannot see any convert option here. You can see open, play, as it's already converted. Play audio only, delete. Okay, if it is not converted due to some other issues, might be if your laptop is suddenly restarted or something happened, then you can see one more button like this, convert. Okay, one more button, convert button, you can see. Let me check whether we have any option, any meeting which was not converted. Let me check and I'll show you that convert button to you, so that in case if your conversion is failed, in that way you can convert. Okay, let me go with other recordings. Any other recordings? Okay, let me snip this one. New and okay. Now you can see convert button. Okay, so this is how it will be in case if the conversion is failed, if it is not converting, then you have to go to this recorded option, select which meeting is not converted and click on convert button, then the meetings are going to be converted. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so again, you have to create a login and make sure you have updated your Zoom, okay, as per the current version, so that you can record. Sometimes you cannot record if your Zoom is older version. Okay, fine. Where you are maintaining all the servers is called a data center. Okay, where you are maintaining all the servers, you can call it as a data center. So every company will have its own data center. Every institute will have its own data centers. Might be one server, two server, three servers, 10 servers. Forget about it. If you are maintaining your own server, that is a data center. So don't think data center is a great thing and all. Data center means where you are maintaining all your servers, you can call it as a data center. Okay, so every company will maintain its own data centers. Now these data centers are maintaining by the cloud. Okay, like either Amazon or your Azure or Google Cloud, they are maintaining your data centers. If you are maintaining your data center, that is on-prem data centers. Okay, if you are maintaining your own data centers, that is on-prem data centers. On-prem means on-premises data centers. If anyone is maintaining your data centers, then that is cloud. If anyone maintaining your data centers, that is your cloud. Okay, right? Fine. This is how data centers and all. Fine, fine. Let me minimize this one. So earlier, all are physical servers only. All are physical servers, physical servers only. Right. So I guess 2002 or 2003 around like that. Okay. VMware started virtualization, guys. VMware started virtualization. Okay. Virtualization. So what is this virtualization, virtual machine, virtual assistant, you know, right? You have an idea, virtual assistant. In your phone, you have virtual assistant. Siri is a virtual assistant.
Yes.
Google Assistant is your virtual assistant. Okay, you cannot see, no one will be there in the phone to help you. Okay, it's a virtual thing. It's a virtual assistant. You are going to Siri, please call daddy. Okay, it is going to call the daddy, not her daddy, your daddy. Okay, so it is how it is going to work. Okay, virtual assistant, it is going to act as a virtual assistant for us, all of us, right? Every phone you can see virtual assistant. Like Google, we have Google Assistant, that is also virtual assistant. Okay, so now what happened? But again, even though the servers are virtual servers, you cannot see directly with your naked eye. Can you see Siri? You can only talk with Siri. Siri means in the Apple systems, virtual assistant, you can call it as a Siri. Okay, I hope everyone knows who is Siri. Siri is not my girlfriend. Okay, Siri means she is a virtual assistant for Apple iPhones. Okay, like that we have Google Assistant. Okay, for Android, you can see Google Assistant. Okay, so if you talk anything, automatically it is going to browse or whatever you want. You can do it with the help of a Google Assistant or Siri, right? So can you see Guri? Sorry, Siri? Can anyone see
Oh,
Siri? No, right? It's just a voice assistant so that you can hear her voice. Okay, you cannot see her. So it's going to assist virtually, right? In the same way, virtual machines will be there. Physical machines means you can see the machines with your naked eye, see the machines with the naked eye, and you can touch it. And of course, if you can touch, you can feel it also, right? So that is your physical machine. Your laptop is your physical machine. You can touch your laptop, you can feel your laptop, you can see your laptop, right? What is virtual machine? You cannot see, you cannot touch, but you can feel it. Okay, virtual machine means you cannot see, you can only see the interface. You cannot see where it is. You cannot see their hardware components and all, but you can see the interface of your virtual machine and you can feel it. How you can feel it? Okay, as you can see the interface, you can feel it, you can work with it, right? So that is your virtual machine. But again, to create any machine, okay, to create any machine, what and all important peripherals, right? Peripherals, components. If you want to create any server, what and all important components should be there, guys? What components?
RAM.
Tell me, no problem. RAM, very good.
CPU,
Very good.
CPU, RAM,
CPU, RAM, and
processor,
processor, very good. Processor, CPU, both
Storage.
are same. Storage, excellent.
Storage.
Storage, we should have storage. These are the
Operating
main, yeah, operating system, excellent, excellent. Operating system, good. Operating system. These are the main components of any server, right? So by using your physical machine interfaces, or by using your physical machine components, you can create multiple virtual machines, guys. Multiple virtual machines. Virtual machines are VM, both are same. PM or BM, okay, both are same. Physical machine, sometimes you can call it as a physical machines, or in the organization sometimes they'll call it as a bare metals. Bare metals or physical machines, both are same. Okay, BM. BM means bare metal. Again, if you don't know any abbreviation, don't ask your colleagues and all in the organization. Okay, just first Google it. Okay, who can answer better than Google? Tell me. First Google it. Then, if you are unable to find any information, if it is a like a specific information related to the company that you cannot find, if it's a global information you can find. Okay, right? So first Google it, then only. Okay, if you don't find the answer, you can ask your colleagues. Okay, before that, don't do anything. Don't ask your colleagues and all, first of all. Okay, don't show that you don't know the terminology and all. Okay, right? You have to show your talent only, not your what we can say, innocence. Okay, fine. So this is how it will work. Physical machines are bare metals. Both you can call it as the same, physical or bare metals. Both are same only. Both represent same only. So by using your physical machines, you can create multiple virtual machines. Means by using your physical machine components like RAM, processor, storage, operating system, by using all your physical machine properties or all your physical machine components, you can create multiple virtual machines. Okay, for that, virtualization will help you. For that, for doing that activity, virtualization will help you. Okay, virtualization will help you in creating virtual machines by using a physical machine components. Okay, so that can be achieved with any of the softwares. For doing this virtualization, there are 3 softwares in the market. 3 softwares. Can anyone tell me, guys, what and all softwares are there for virtualization?
VMware.
VMware,
Very good.
Oracle Virtual
Very
Oracle
good.
Machine.
Very good.
ISQL,
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V, hypervisor. Okay, Hyper-V. This is from Microsoft again. Hypervisor from Microsoft. Okay, Oracle VM from Oracle company only. VMware is a separate company, separate entity. Okay, VMware is a separate entity. Okay, for doing this activity means using your physical components, building a virtual machines. Okay, for doing this activity, we have 3 softwares in the market. One is VMware, second one is Oracle VirtualBox, third one is Hypervisor. So we are going to use Oracle Virtual Machine software to create VMs. We are going to use Oracle Virtual Machine software to create virtual machines, not VMware and all. VMware, we don't use VMware. Usually it will take lot of resources. Okay, you should have at least 50 GB or 100 GB hard disk. Okay, and even memory also, if you give 512 MB and all, it won't respond properly. But Oracle Virtual Machine is a lightweight process, so that you can even manage the machines with 512 MB RAM also. Okay, you can start the machines with 512 MB RAM also, and it is easy to maintain when compared to VMware. So in the organization, your company might use VMware, your company might use Oracle VM, your company might use Hyper-V, but most of the companies will use VMware only. Please mute it. Please mute it if you don't have questions, guys. Please mute it. Right. Most of the companies will use 70% VMware only, 30% Oracle VM and Hyper-V will be there. but that doesn't matter for us. Either they are using VMware or they are using Oracle VirtualBox or they are using Hyper-V, that doesn't matter for us. At the end of the day, we are getting server or not. Okay, Windows Server. At the end of the day, Windows Server is available or not for us. That is important. Why? Because these things has to be taken care by your Windows team or Wintel team. Wintel, Windows, both are same. These things are going to taken care by your Windows team or Wintel team, or VM team will be there, virtual machine teams and all, virtual operations teams will be there. So they are going to maintain the servers. So that doesn't matter for us. As a SQL DBS, they are providing one Windows server or not. That is matter for us. Once they provide any Windows server, then we'll start working, installing SQL servers and all. So anything you can use, like I'm going to use Oracle virtual machine. So don't worry, we are not using VMware and all. Why? Because that's not our business. You can use anything at the end of the day, we should have servers. Okay. So I'm going to use Oracle virtual machine. Clear, guys? Is it clear, everyone? What is meant by Oracle virtual machine? Not this one. Okay, Oracle virtual machine. First of all, are you clear what is meant by virtual machine and physical machine?
Yes, sir.
Clear, right, everyone? So this is how it is going to work. So VMware and Oracle virtual machine and Hyper-V, these are the different softwares in the market. We are going to use, okay, Oracle virtual machine to create the virtual machines. Fine, right. So let me show you how to install Oracle virtual machine. As I have already installed in my laptop, I cannot show you in the laptop again. Remember this thing. I have already installed Oracle virtual machine, Oracle virtual box in my laptop. So I cannot remove and I cannot show you now. Where I'm going to show you, I'll show you in one server. Okay. I have one virtual machine. I'll start one virtual machine. There I'll show you how to install Oracle VirtualBox software. But where you have to install, guys? Where you have to install?
In laptop.
In your laptops. Okay. Whatever I'm doing, this activity I cannot show you in my laptop, as I have already installed Oracle VirtualBox in my laptop. Okay, so for you have to know, right? It's easy only. Next install only. Okay, again, this activity we don't do in the organization. VM team or Wintel team is going to complete this activity. Okay, so let me start any machine. I'll explain again about this interface. Nothing to worry. How to start the machines and all, I'll explain. Nothing to worry.
Shanmugh, one moment.
Yes. Tell me.
You said that wherever we are going to maintain the servers, that cabin we can call as a data center.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So, and one more point, you said that every company should maintain their own data centers.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
So, yes. Okay. And companies, instance, any organizations or else who are providing the database
No.
softwares.
All the organization. See, you are at the end of the day, you have to use Windows servers to store the data. Okay.
Yes.
Not like only some servers are going to provide, some companies are going to provide servers and all. It's you are building your own servers, right?
Okay.
So even I am also maintaining the data centers. This is my data center. See how many servers I am maintaining. Right? You can also maintain your own data center. So data center is nothing but collection of servers, guys. That's it. Don't think data center is a different word where they are going to maintain all the data and they will give us. No. Okay, data center means collection of servers.
Okay. ఇప్పుడు మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ కంపెనీనే డైరెక్ట్ గా సర్వర్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తుంది. జస్ట్ కాకపోతే మనం ఒక మెమరీ.
No, it won't maintain servers. It will maintain their own servers. Okay, Microsoft will maintain Microsoft servers. That is different part. But Microsoft won't give you the server. Microsoft simply give you the software. It is your responsibility to build the server.
ఓకే. ఓకే, అదే అనుకున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు గూగుల్ డ్రైవ్ కానీ గూగుల్ ఫోటోస్ కానీ ఇవన్నీ మనం ఏం డేటా సెంటర్స్ మెయింటైన్ చేయం కదా, ఇది ఎలా వర్క్ అవుతా ఉంటాయి?
See, Google again separate entity. Google will have its own. See, Google is giving a 15 GB free, right? For every Gmail account, Google is giving 15 GB free. From where it is getting that 15 GB, guys? Tell me.
Our internal database, I think so.
Cloud.
Not internal database. How come you are going to get? See, Gmail, are you going to store in your internal computer or what?
No,
Gmail is
no,
a separate entity, right? Gmail is a separate software. Gmail, Google is maintaining that one, and it is giving 15 GB free for all, like Gmail account holders. Those who are having
Okay.
a Gmail account, you can see 15 GB free cloud space you are getting. From where you are getting? Cloud means what? Not from the space, right? Cloud means again you are accessing from one server.
Right, sir.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, cloud means not from the clouds you are getting that space. Cloud means you are getting from one server. Okay, that in that server it is going to maintain. Like how many servers you can imagine? How many Gmail accounts are there? First of all, each Gmail account getting 15 GB means how much storage it is giving everyone. So its duty is like whenever we are talking, even though now we are talking, right? Since 40 minutes we are talking, since 1 hour we are talking. Okay, some of the people are keep adding the storages to the Google servers. Keep adding. In this time, in this 1 hour, don't know, might be across the globe, might be 1,000 Gmail accounts are created. New Gmail accounts are created. 1,000 into 15 GB, 15,000 GB. Right?
Yes.
It won't expand, right? Automatically, people keep adding the storage. At the back end. This is how it will work. Okay. And let me.
Yeah, got it. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, sir. Tell me. Forget about all these things. Okay. Forget about all these things. Whatever I am doing, forget about all these things. Again, I'll explain each and everything. Okay. So nothing to worry. I'm simply connecting to the server. That's it, to show you. Okay. Right. Fine. So let me install Oracle VirtualBox here. Let me install Oracle VirtualBox, and what I'm going to do is, let me stop sharing. I'm going to install. You cannot minimize. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to install Oracle VirtualBox. Wait a minute. I'll share the screen. Okay, just wait a minute. Right. Okay. Let me paste this software. This is my Oracle VirtualBox software. I'm pasting it from local machine to the server. Okay. We'll create Windows server today, and then we'll close the session. Okay, by 8:30. Right. Okay. So I just copied this software. This is the Oracle VirtualBox software. I just copied from my local laptop. Okay. And then I just copied to the Windows server. And again, you will get this VirtualBox software. Okay. So I'm going to share this VirtualBox software, and then you have to download it and you have to install in your own local laptop, not on any server. Just to show you, as it was already installed in my local laptop, just to show you how we are going to install this component. I'm using this Windows server. That's it. Okay, so no need to install this on any Windows server. Why? Because you don't have any server right as of now. So you have to, whatever I'm doing it now, you have to simply download and you have to install in your own local laptop. Okay, open the software with run as admin mode. Any software, guys, remember from today onwards, habituate to open any software with run as admin mode. If you use run as admin mode, it is going to fix lot of issues and all. Sometimes you will get lot of different errors. Not in this case, in any case, you will get a lot of different errors. So the simple solution is you have to open the software with run as administrator. But don't think like if you open the software, it is going to fix all the errors. No, some of the errors it is going to fix. Okay, right. So you will get this interface like this. Next, install. That's it. Nothing is there to discuss here. Yes, install. That's it. Okay, as discussed, this will be taken care by the Windows team and VM team. Okay, so we don't need anything, we don't do anything here, so we are not going to install these components and all in the organization. So simply you can install next and install. That's it. Okay, you will get this pop-up. Okay, and just click on install button. Right, finish. It was successfully installed. Once it was finished, then you can see one interface will be opened. Okay, right, you can see the interface, right? This is how, this is called Oracle VirtualBox Manager. Okay, this is called Oracle VirtualBox Manager. You can see Oracle VirtualBox Manager, and if you want to create any new machines and all, you can select this new option and you can create the machines. Okay, you can just click OK, not an issue. Okay, you can create the machines and all. This is how we'll install Oracle VirtualBox in your laptop. Okay, once it was installed successfully, done. Okay, so now let me open my Oracle VirtualBox Manager. This is Oracle VirtualBox Manager, where you can see if the server is running, you can see the state as running state. If the server is turned off, you can see the server state as powered off, powered off, powered off, powered off. Okay, all the servers are powered off. Only one server is running. That is your batch 39 server. Okay, so in this way, you can see if any servers are running, you can see the state as running status. And if the servers are not running, you can see the state as powered off state. Okay, right, fine. So already you can see how many we have. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 servers are there. Okay, we have 8 servers are there. These are the previous batch servers, so don't consider these servers. Let me create a fresh server. Okay, so click on this new option, click on new option, give the server name. I'm going to give batch 40. Okay, batch 40, right? And I am going to again, guys, if you are creating one server, means internally it will create one file. Okay, batch 40 file will be created, and that file will be created in any of the drive. You can give, you can specify the drive name. Okay, in which drive you have more free space, you can select that drive. In which drive you have more free space, let me show you. Okay, let me show you this one. This PC. Where is this PC? This PC. Right, you can see here, right? I have 3 drives. Okay, you can see in my C drive 42 GB is there, in my D drive 82 GB is there, in my E drive 70 GB is there. Okay, so I can create virtual machines in any of the D or E drive. Try to avoid C drive. Why? Because we should have enough free space in the C drive. Okay, so you can create in any of the drives, either D drive or E drive. You can create in any of the drives. I have 82 GB free space here and 70 GB free space here. In which drive you are saving your file, automatically your server will be created in that particular drive, so that it is going to use your drive to expand. Okay, right, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I'll create it in the D drive. Let me browse it, go to other. Okay, let me go to D drive. There you can see Oracle VMs. Where is that Oracle VMs? We don't have anything. Okay, right, no problem. Okay, let me create one folder here. Control Shift N, B40 Oracle VM. I am simply creating a folder. I'm not doing anything. Okay, just open that folder and select that folder. Okay, so it is going to create your virtual machine in the D drive in the B40 batch 40 Oracle VM folder. Okay, and I am going to install Windows operating system only. If you want to choose another operating system, you can choose from this drop down, but we are going to use across the course, we'll use only Windows operating system. Make sure Windows operating system is selected, and which version we are going to use. Windows Server 2012, guys. Okay, make sure you choose Windows Server 2012 64-bit, not 32-bit. You can see 32-bit also, but we don't use 32-bit machines and all. Okay, and sometimes you can only see 32-bit machines. Only see 32-bit machines. That means, okay, virtualization is not enabled in your laptop. Guys, again, remember this is very important point. If you want to install or if you want to work with any of these softwares in the OS level, in the boot level, laptop boot level, one setting should be enabled. One setting should be enabled. What is that setting name, guys? Can anyone tell me? Virtualization. This setting should be enabled in your boot level settings. Shashi, what happened? Reconnecting every time. Shashi. Okay, you can record Shashi. Fine. Okay, so boot level, you have to enable this virtualization setting in the boot level. Okay, then only you can see. If you want to check whether in your laptop virtualization is enabled or not, there is one way. You can go to task manager. Okay, go to task manager. Let me go to this performance. Let me check. Yes, you can see here, right? If you go to performance tab, there in the virtualization, okay, it was enabled. If the virtualization is enabled, no problem, guys. No need to do anything from your side. If virtualization is disabled, then you have to enable the virtualization from the boot level settings. Boot level settings I cannot show you. Okay, if I just started, when I restart laptop or when I start the laptop, I have to press F9 key or F2 key or F10 key, depends upon your laptop manufacturing company, vendor. Dell companies usually, what is the boot key for Dell companies, guys? Can anyone tell me? Dell company will have different boot key. Okay, and your Lenovo will have different boot key. HP will have different boot key. Check in the Google. Okay, what is the boot key, or else like you can simply check in the Google. Just type boot key for the company HP. Okay, boot key for Dell, HP, something like that. Whatever your company name is, your laptop company, just type like that. And let me show you that settings also in the Google. Okay, virtualization in the boot level. Virtualization enabled in the BIOS. Boot or BIOS. Okay, BIOS settings, you can call it as BIOS settings. Let me go to images. I'll show you how the setting will be. Okay, and you can see like this, Intel virtual technology enabled. Okay, virtualization, you can see here virtualization enabled. And like this also you can see Intel virtual technology enabled. Usually it will be disabled. See here, one option is disabled, right? One option is disabled, right? In the same way, usually by default it will be disabled. You have to enable it. For that, what you have to do, you have to restart your laptop and you have to keep pressing F9 or F10 or F2, depends upon your BIOS key. And you can go to the settings. There you can see in the advanced tab, some laptops you can see in the advanced tab, you can see that option. Okay, and cursor won't work in the BIOS level settings. Only cursor won't work, only you have to use your up arrow keys, down arrow keys. Okay, again, nothing to worry. Just check from the task manager. Once you, if it is disabled, okay, once you just go to this setting, and if you hit enter, you can see options like this, enabled or disabled. Use again your arrow keys, select enabled, hit enter, and there you can see, right, F10 save and all. You can see here, right? Where is that F10 save and exit? Okay, escape is exit. One more key will be there, guys. Okay, let me check here. This is also same. F10. Okay, if you see here, F10 save and exit, sorry, save and exit. So automatically it will save the setting, and it is going to, once you enable the setting, you have to press F10, and again it will show you the control. It depends upon the controls, the function keys depends upon the company to company. At the end of the screen here in this section, you can see which is the save and exit button. Select that function key, automatically, okay, the settings will be enabled and the laptop will be rebooted. Before doing that, first check your Oracle virtualization is enabled or not first from your task manager. Okay, if virtualization is enabled, nothing to do from yours, nothing to do anything, no need to do anything from your side. Okay, if it is showing disabled, then ask me. Okay, I'll do a video call, you can show me your screen and all, and then we can enable the settings. Okay, so nothing to worry, I'll help you in enabling this virtualization technology. Okay, right, fine. Okay, where is that? Yes, we are creating the virtual machine, right? So give the name of the machine and folder in which location you are trying to create this virtual machine, and select the Windows 2012 operating system and 64-bit. Go to next. How much RAM you are giving? At present, I am giving 2 GB. I can see, you can see here 12 GB RAM is there. My laptop is having 12 GB RAM, 12,288 MB. You have to give in the form of, okay, MBs. 2048 MB means 2 GB. 1024 MB, 1 GB, 1024 plus 1024, 2 GB, right? 2048 MB. I'm giving 2 GB RAM. If you are having only 4 GB laptop, then give only 1 GB. Give just 1024. Okay, you can type like this. If you are having more than that, 8 GB and all, you can give 2048 MB. Okay, so I'm giving 2048. Let me go next. Create virtual hard disk now. You have to choose this option, automatically it will be selected. Make sure that option is selected and go to create option. Okay, the hard disk format is in the form of VDI format. Okay, virtual disk image format. Okay, all the files of virtual machine will be in this format, VDI format, and you can go next. And guys, let me stop here. Let me reopen the meeting. It is showing less than 1 minute. Please join again immediately with the same link. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, please join immediately with the same link. Let me close it. Let me reopen it. Please join.